Hello, I'm Oscar Jerome, and today I'm going to show you how to make a MIDI bass line and organize this track into a simple structure. So if you haven't seen the previous two videos, we've already made a drum beat, a kind of ambient background layer, and two guitar parts. So make sure you go back to watch the two videos to understand what we're doing today. So first off, we're going to open up a new instrument track. So we're going to go to MIDI instruments here, and we're going to go down here and we're going to choose a bass. Now there's all sorts of bass sounds you can have here, and we're on electric basses, and I'm going to choose one that for now that's just quite easy to pick out. It might not be the best sounding one, but I know this punchy jazz one, you can hear it quite well. So let's have a listen to this. So here you can use your keyboard on your laptop or whatever, on your tablet, to play notes on this. But seeing as I'm here and I've got it, I'm going to use this big old keyboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loop this around and just try out some things. So I'm gonna make something pretty simple because everything that we've got already is quite, there's a lot of things jumping around, there's a lot going on. So we just want something that's gonna kind of fill out the low end, but not really get in the way of stuff too much. So a thing I would say is often good to do with a bass line is make it match the kick drum pattern. That's always a very strong sound. So if you're kind of struggling to think of a bass line, you can always try and make it fit in with your kick drum pattern. It doesn't have to hit on every single one, but if it hits with some of them, it's often going to sound pretty cool. So like that. All right, I think that'll work as a simple loop. Let's try recording that. Cool, let's have a listen back. Clipping a little bit up here, so I'm going to turn it down. Okay, nice. That seems to work. Sometimes when you're doing it with the keyboard, like with the computer keyboard, it can be a little bit difficult to get it in time. So you can go down to MIDI editor and highlight, then press quantize, and that's basically going to move it to the closest beat. You choose how small a division of the beat you want it to match up to. But I feel like I'm quite happy with where I've played this stuff, so I'm gonna leave it. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna splice this in half. Splice, I'm gonna slice it in half, not splice it. And I'm gonna copy and paste this. Cool, let's have a listen. Okay, cool, so that's sounding pretty good. The next thing we might want to do is just try a different bass sound. So I'm going to stick with an electric bass. Let's try P bass. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm going to look through these and try and find something that I like. Okay, so I like the sound of this pumped up bass, but I want to roll off a bit of the top end. So I'm gonna go into effects here. I'm gonna go onto recommended graphic EQ. So here we've got the top end going through to the mid range, and that's the low end. So I'm just gonna duck a load of this top end here. Let's see what that sounds like. I mean, that'll do for now. Now we've got all the basic parts for a rough idea for a beat or a tune. What I would do next is try and structure this idea into something that is a bit longer and has things come in a staggered way. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna highlight all of them. I'm gonna drag them, pull them over here. Okay, so now I'm gonna drag these all around and put them into a structure. Okay, so I've now gone through the track and moved the parts around and organized it into a simple structure. So let's have a listen to what I've done. So I've started off with this ambient pad, and I'm gonna bring in the drums. Next up is the guitar chords. And then we're going to bring in the riff. And finally, we're going to add the bass. And as you can see, I've added in some fades here with the automation tool up here, which basically means I'm fading out some of the parts. So we're fading out the drums now, the bass, leaves with the guitar and the pad. And ending how we began. Cool, so there we have created a basic demo of a track using BandLab. I hope this was useful and shows you a way that you could kind of get started with the software. If you enjoyed this, there are plenty of other videos to check out on the Abram Wilson Foundation YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.